Hi, Brent Goodrich here. In the news, number 2. All right, in the news, number 2, repeated claims for federal flood insurance. Number 1, does federal flood insurance create moral hazard for properties in flood-prone areas? And explain. So yes, flood insurance can create moral hazard for properties located in flood-prone areas. Moral hazard occurs when people take on more risk because they know they are protected from financial consequences. In the case of the National Flood Insurance Program, property owners know that if their home floods, federal income will help cover the damage. Because of this protection, homeowners may be more willing to continue living in or rebuilding homes in high-risk flood areas rather than relocating. All right, number 2. What practical issues can you envision for solutions like buyouts and relocation incentives? Think about communities in Southeast Louisiana. How would they respond to federal agency forcing them to move? Number 2, buyouts and relocation incentives can be difficult to implement for several practical reasons, especially here. Many communities have strong cultural and historical ties. I know many friends and families, they just, no matter what, I mean, hurricane after hurricane will happen and they will not move because they love where we live. Families may have lived in the same area for generations. That's huge right there. And may not want to leave. Communities along the coast, often we have jobs that rely on fishing and oil. And then relocation programs may not offer enough financial compensation for homeowners to move and rebuild somewhere else. So they're just going to stick it out. And residents may resist the idea of federal agency effectively forcing them to move. Many people feel that government is already too involved in our everyday life. Okay, number 3. How would you explain the tension between keeping people in their homes versus efficiently using taxpayer dollars to a person from another region or country? Should they subsidize our desire to live in our low-lying areas? Are there regions of the country that you may not feel worth risk of insuring? And explain. All right, so thought a lot about this. There is tension between helping people remain in their homes and ensuring that taxpayer money is used efficiently. Communities want to preserve homes, neighborhoods, and local culture. Flooding can destroy families' financial security, and insurance programs help provide stability and recover after disasters. 2016 affected a lot of us, and I had many friends who were homeless. They did not get the money that they needed. Really, I had one friend who went bankrupt. She lost everything. And, like I said in the previous response, the government said they were going to be there, was not there. Repeated payouts for the same properties can be extremely costly for taxpayers. The article notes that some properties have flooded many times, leading to large insurance payouts that far exceed the value of their homes. So yeah, and then you have the opposite end happening. Number 4, yes. So the question was, should the NFIP raise premiums for properties that repeatedly flood? If so, what's the downside? Would it actually improve the program's efficiency? Or would there just be lots of uninsured properties? Is it worth taking that risk? So yes, I thought that raising premiums for repeated flood properties could improve financial stability of the program. No one likes the premium going up, but if it's in a high-risk area, you just need to expect that. Charging higher premiums would better reflect the true risk of insuring these properties and could encourage homeowners to take preventative measures or relocate to safer areas. I once lived where my landlord took those measures, and he had an area that was often flooded, and he took measures and didn't have as many problems. Potential downsides: if premiums become too high, some homeowners may simply drop their flood insurance coverage. My parents had that exact issue, and during Hurricane Rita, luckily it did not flood, but they had damage elsewhere. Although leaving them uninsured, this could create larger financial problems after disaster, since uninsured homeowners may rely on government disaster relief instead. I also thought another risk was financial burden on lower income homeowners who live in flood prone areas but cannot afford to relocate. Policymakers must balance improving the efficiency of the insurance program with ensuring that homeowners are not left without protection, which happens way too often. Even with the risk, adjusting premiums based on repeated flooding may help reduce the number of properties that rely heavily on federal insurance payouts and improve the long-term stability of the NFIP. Thank you so much. This was my In the News number 2.